Look at how soft and pillowy. Oh yeah. Oh, how could that be bad? Come with me, because today we're making my ricotta zeppoles 3 ways. Let's get started. Today I am going to show you one of my all-time favorite sweet treats. So in the bowl of my stand mixer, I'm going to start off with 1 cup of water that's at 110 degrees mixed with 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast that I've bloomed for about 5-10 minutes. To that, I'm going to add in a 1/2 cup of ricotta cheese, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 cups of all-purpose flour. This is the quickest, easiest little treat that you can make because it's all a dump and mix. Then I'm going to put the paddle attachment on my stand mixer. You don't need a dough hook for this, and I'll show you why in a second. And then we're just going to give this a mix. Our dough is done. And this is what it should look like. It shouldn't look like a bread dough. It should look like a very shaggy, wet dough. So again, this is what your dough is going to look like. It's going to be very wet, stringy, and that's exactly the way you want it. Don't freak out that it's not going to come together, because trust me, it does. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of plastic wrap and we're just going to cover the top of the bowl, make it nice and tight, and we're going to put this in the warmest place of our house. In my house, it's on top of the stove top because I'm always cooking and the stove's always on. So I'm going to stick this on top of my stove top and I'm going to let it rest and I'm going to let it rise for 1 hour or until it's doubled in size. After an hour, that's what your dough is going to look like. You can see how much it's poofed up. So now we're going to go over to the stove top and we're going to start frying them. So you want your oil here to be 350 degrees. No colder and no hotter. If your oil is too cold, your zeppole is going to absorb the oil and it's going to be very greasy. If it's too hot, it's going to cook the outside of the zeppole before the inside is cooked. So 350 is exactly where you want to be. And how do you know that your oil is at 350? It's very simple. You test it with a thermometer. And when you're testing your oil with a thermometer, do not let it hit the bottom of the pot or the pan that you're cooking in, because you'll get a false reading. You'll get the heat of the pan and not what's in the pan. What I like to do is use an ice cream scoop here. And before I start dipping it into my dough, I want to put it in the oil first. That helps the dough not stick to it. Just shake it off. And then you're going to take a scoop of your zeppole dough and drop it right in. At this point, you do not want to overcrowd your pan. You want room because these are going to puff up. And I can get 2 zeppole before I have to redip my ice cream scoop. Now, if you want your zeppole smaller, by all means, use a smaller scoop. Now, you can see here, if you watch them, when they're ready to flip, they're going to flip themselves. Can you see that? They're just flipping over all by themselves. Did you see how that one flipped over all by itself? That's another reason we don't want to crowd the pan. Did you see that? All I did was tap it. Let me see if I can get another. See how it's just turning itself? Did you see that one? So now we're going to fry these until they're golden brown. Our zeppoles are done and they look gorgeous. This is exactly the way that they should look. Light golden brown, not burned. Now, when they come out of the oil, while they're still hot, we need to finish them. So I think I got 9 here. So these 6, I'm going to dress traditionally with powdered sugar. Now you could roll them around in the powdered sugar if you want. I don't feel like it's necessary. I'm using the wire rack and the tray anyway, so you might as well keep all your mess in one place. Then the other ones, I'm going to roll in some, or dust with some cinnamon sugar. Flip them over, get the other side. Flip these over, get the other side. And they're done. For these 4, I want to show you a different way that I serve them. I take a knife and I go into the top and I just make a little hole, just like that. Then I take some Nutella in a piping bag and I just stick the tip of the piping bag into the hole we made and I squeeze it. Don't overfill them because they will explode. Okay, so put that one on the plate. We'll make 2 Nutella. By the way, these ones are my favorite, where they have all the ends poking out. They're so crispy and crunchy. And then for the other two, I like to put raspberry jam. So again, just make a hole, squeeze the jam, just like that. Okay, so now for the best part, we have to taste them, right? So I'm gonna taste one of the ones with the powdered sugar. Can you hear that crunch? Oh my God. These are so, so good. They're light and crispy on the outside, but soft and moist on the inside. Let me break it open for you. Look at how soft and pillowy that is, and steaming hot. But that's the way you have to eat them. You have to eat them hot, for sure. If you've ever been to the San Gennaro feast or any feast that has Zeppoles, you get them hot in a bag with powdered sugar. Oh my God, I could eat this whole plate, but I'm not going to. Let's taste the Nutella one with the cinnamon sugar coating. Oh boy. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, look at the inside of that. Come on now. How could that be bad? Again, light, crispy, fluffy. And the cinnamon with the chocolate, home run. Absolute home run. Oh my God, that's so good. One more. The raspberry filled one. I don't really know which one's my favorite, I have to tell you. Look at that. Oh boy. If you like jelly donuts, you're gonna love these. These are so good. Guys, if you want the recipe to my ricotta zeppoles, just comment the word recipe in the comment section below and I'll be sure to send it to your DM. Thanks so much for watching.